Hi everyone, I'm Lorraine from Simply English Edinburgh. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to look at some environment phrasal verbs. The environment, as you know, is a huge global topic right now. It's something that when you're learning English, you really need to be able to discuss, especially if you are thinking about taking a Cambridge or an IELTS exam. It's a topic that regularly appears in all parts of the exam, to be honest. I've seen it coming up in part 2 of IELTS speaking, part 3 of IELTS speaking. It often tends to be the part 2 picture topic that comes up in the first advanced and in the proficiency exam. So yeah, hopefully today's video will be very useful for you. So when you're ready, let's get started. So the first 2 phrasal verbs we're going to look at today use the verb cut. The first one is to cut down on something. Now, when you're becoming environmentally aware or conscious, this is probably step 1, and this is to reduce something. Now, it might be your waste output, your carbon footprint, your energy bills, something like that. So to cut down on would be to reduce them or to use less of something. Now, when I first became aware of my kind of carbon footprint and the amount of plastic I was using, I really decided, okay, I need to cut down on plastic packaging, particularly fruit and vegetables and things like that are all wrapped in plastics. I really want to cut down on that. I really want to reduce the amount of plastic that I'm buying. Step 2 might be to cut out something. Now that means to completely eliminate using it. I was really guilty in the past of using disposable makeup wipes. So at the end of the day, I would, in my little plastic packet, I'd take out a makeup wipe and just remove all the makeup I had been wearing all day. And yeah, it's really bad for the environment, these disposable single-use wipes. So I cut them out. I eliminated them. I stopped buying them completely. Okay, so step 1 is to cut down on something, to reduce it, to use less of it. And step 2, to cut something out, to completely stop or eliminate it. The next 2 phrasal verbs both use the preposition out. The first one is to phase out something, or it can also be used separately, to phase something out. Now, this means that a company, an organisation, even you personally, decide to get rid of something or eliminate something bit by bit by bit in stages. Okay, now why would you do that? Why would you not just cut it out, like we said in the last phrasal verb? Well, sometimes you can't just make a rule and decide, okay, no more diesel cars, or you can no longer drive in the city centre of Edinburgh due to congestion. These are rules and laws that you cannot just make from one day to another. People need time to plan and to adjust and adapt. And therefore, what you might decide to do as a government is to phase out diesel cars. Now, what this would mean is you make a law saying, in 2030 or 2035 even, we are going to put a ban on diesel cars. Okay, so it's now 2021 and people will start planning for that. They know that, okay, I've got a car, I'm happy with it, but my next car, when I next go to buy a car, I'm not going to buy a diesel car because they will be banned. The government are phasing them out, or an organisation is phasing them out, getting rid of them little by little, because, as I said, people need to plan and adapt their ideas. The next one, as I said, also uses the preposition out. This is to wipe out something. Extremely negative, devastating in fact, because if we continue along the road we are travelling on right now, we're going to wipe out entire sections of our ecosystem. To wipe out means to destroy it completely. There are many forests and natural areas being wiped out, being destroyed, because people are using the land for farming, for development, etc. So it's a really negative one. Now, the next phrasal verb I want to look at is one I have previously spoken about in a video, I think on C2 level phrasal verbs, if you want to check that one out, because it is one I have seen coming up in the use of English section of the exam, and that is the phrasal verb to dwindle something away, and that would mean to use a resource really wastefully without thinking. Okay, and I think the last video I made when I talked about that phrasal verb, I used the example of a forest, and this is how you can use it when talking about the environment. We are dwindling away our forests, or we are dwindling our forests away. You know, we're just cutting a piece here, cutting a piece there, not really thinking about the overall impact, and suddenly the whole forest is practically gone. And what have we done with that resource? We've wasted it, we've used it in a really bad way. So unfortunately, we are right now dwindling away many of our natural resources. We are wasting them, we're using lights everywhere, leaving them on, wasting electricity, dwindling it away. And that is how you would use that phrasal verb when talking about the environment. And the last phrasal verb that I want to look at in today's video when talking about the environment is to die out. And to die out means to become extinct. And of course, yes, because of our behaviour, many plants and animals are dying out, because we are dwindling away our resources, we are taking away their natural habitat, because we are not cutting down on plastic, single-use plastic, things like that. So yeah, overall a very negative one, of course, but one that is really useful and helpful when talking about the environment: to die out, to become extinct. So I hope you found this video useful. You know I love teaching phrasal verbs, so if there is any other topic you would like me to dive into, please leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you so much for your support. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. Thank you, bye.